You ready, man? You ready for me at the live button, man?
It's live right now, buddy.
Oh, I ain't think you gonna see it. Let's go. I was All right, man. I tried to catch Polo, y'all. I tried to catch you, dog. Hey, so he said we already live. We already. Dang.
Can't catch me tripping, dog. I'm always aware of my surroundings.
Oh man, trying to get it real.
Welcome to the judges table, y'all.
Yes, sir.
The latest and greatest boxing content this side of the Mississippi.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. I am your man, Slick 50.
And I am Polo Suave.
Oh, we got Polo Suave today. Oh Lord. I don't know what this one's about. I know all the other ones. This one new. As long as he don't start get up dancing like Rico Suave, we good, man.
Hey, don't hit the track. Don't hit the track. I just might. That's why I'm feeling good. Got a little bit of change in my pocket.
No,
approximately 42 cents. I'm feeling good.
Not 42 cents, bro. He said for like 42 cents. I think he talking about he done found him a little knot. Like he done bet on a boxing match or something. He got him some money.
I don't want to talk about that.
But
what's going on in this mad world of boxing?
Yeah, man. I first bit of news, I'm throwing small news out there. Thursday, KHI TV, man. How you doing? Appreciate you coming through, fam. First little bit of news. Thursday, I was gonna go live and show. Well, the WBO was gonna show the process of a purse bid. Well, it has been postponed.
Really?
Yes, indeed, to September 14th. Now, will it be on TV? I mean, on their Facebook page like it was supposed to be? I don't know. That is remained to be seen. But yes, both sides have requested extension purse bid hearing moved back to September 14th. They gave it to them. I guess they just needed more time to negotiate a deal, so they're trying to negotiate a deal without it going to purse bid, I guess. So they granted them a couple more weeks. So usually when that happens, it's a new player in the game. Somebody has some money.
Well, does this affect the fight in any way if it's being pushed back?
No, it shouldn't, because they're training now. They have to fight this regardless. It's just the formality of the pay. You see what I'm saying? So that date's there for a reason. They have to fight. Obviously, the two sides don't want to go to purse bid. That means I'm thinking that they wised up. It was like, what if Eddie put his hand in this pot? No, we got to figure this out, Bob. You know what I'm saying? They like, no, Eddie ain't gonna come over and take nothing from us. You know, if he'd get him, this match gonna be overseas. No, we can't do that. No, we ain't gonna let him back in. You see what I'm saying? Somebody they see. Why would Al and Bob request an extension then? If they, especially for Bob that thought this fight ain't gonna do nothing.
So Bob has finally come to his senses.
Maybe, or somebody made him. He you know how it is. They got connects, and they heard somebody name, because they be having investors. Well, a lot of people know promoters don't have all the money most of the time, right? They have investors that's willing to invest with them, and they get a return out of it as well. They may have heard a name come up, like we know who that is. But they probably just don't know who he alliance with, so they guessing. Yeah, and they guessing, and they like, you know what? Hey Al, this is Bob, and he like, I know you don't like me, but we gotta figure this out. You know what I'm saying?
You know what they heard? They heard NJR might just be jumping in on this purse bid.
That'd be nice. And bring us on ringside. That'd be dope. But at the end of the day, I mean, it ain't a downfall to it. It just tripped me out. Like, dang, they waited all the way to now, because tomorrow was the day. You know what I'm saying? So it is what it is. I hope they do, and I'm be honest with you, I hope they do. They can come to agreement, because if these two guys can come to agreement, look for more future fights between the two of them if they can make this work. You see what I'm saying? Because that's the goal. These promoters should have no problem working with each other, bro. No problem.
Do you think it's the fighters not pushing for it?
That too, and that's is a good segue, sir. But before I get to that, I want you to speak your mind on the Tyron Woodley and Jake Paul fight. Feel free to speak candidly, sir.
Speak candidly?
Yeah.
It was a load of horse shit. I feel in my whole heart of hearts that this fight had to be the most fixed thing that I've ever watched on TV. I feel like Vince McMahon was back in the gorilla area right now telling the referee what they're going to do. Because you know the referee has a little earpiece in his ear in WWE or whatever to let them know about the timing. Tyron Woodley hits hard. Really hard.
I think people saw that.
And for that to not even be counted as a knockdown, greatly disrespectful to the eyes of a boxing fan. Yes, Logan and Floyd was fixed. Floyd knocked him out.
Yeah, but that was we knew that was gonna be fixed because it was it was supposed to be no knockdowns and it had all these rules and stuff. That one was kind of different because it technically wasn't a pro fight; it was an exhibition. This was a pro bout. This like one was a pro bout.
It's like the mafia got their hand in boxing again. Like seriously, Tyron Woodley got paid to take a goddamn dive. If that's not the case, he got paid extra just to be there to make the how in the goddamn hell does this man have 4 professional fights under his belt, 4 wins, and he has not fought not one goddamn boxer? How the hell does this happen? How slick? How slick? You ain't got no slick.
Wait. He does. What boxer did he fight? Not amateur, but pro.
What boxer?
His pro debut. Who did he box? Not amateur, pro. Because you may educate me on something.
Matter of fact, let's pull up receipts. We're good.
Everybody that's seeing this on Slick 50 TV, please come over to GMT Boxing. All right, because I'm finna stop the stream on there. I just did it to give a little preview of what you can see. Please come over to GMT Boxing. Okay, it's your boy. Come on now, GMT Boxing.
Bingo. 4 professional bouts. 4 professional bouts, 4 wins, not one boxer. That sounds kind of fugazi to me. That's the antithesis of what makes boxing bad to the public's eye right now. You relying more on star power from social media than you are from the own people that's in the gyms. Fuck Jake Paul. Fuck Logan Paul. And honestly, I don't give a damn no more. Fuck whoever's supporting their ass. Seriously.
All right.
Because they
All right. Now, I want you to get all that out. Now, I used to feel the same way. Right? And I last night, I couldn't understand, like, how did I miss this? We would recently have a conversation. We talk boxing all day, y'all. Y'all just don't know that. We talk boxing all the time, all day, right? This ain't no fictitious act only on Wednesdays. Me and this guy on the phone talking boxing all the time. We were talking about if Terrence would just open his mouth and go in just like how Polo just did, he would be a bigger star, right? If he would just get on one day, just take the time and say, I'm tired of these goddamn motherfuckers, blah, 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 ducking me, woo, woo, woo. You know, people like, wow, right? or even Sean, because he's used to being a nice guy. If he turned heel, right? So now I was mad about the whole thing, right? I wasn't even gonna look at the fight until I saw the whole thing about Tyron Woodley mom and all that, right? It kind of suckered me in. I admit that, right? So at the end of the day, I was sitting there and said, you know what? Bruh, they got it made. And I had to take my hat off to Logan Paul. Because the one thing that they did succeed in doing was getting people in those seats. There are a lot of people that was in those seats that know dang well that fight could have been rigged and all that, and it was strictly entertainment, right? But at the same time, now you got to ask yourself, if that boy could fight who he wants to fight when he wants to fight, and why can't the boxers fight who they want to fight when they want to fight? If he could put people in them seats and open his mouth and run his mouth and do all of that, why aren't they doing that?
Well, I can rebut that.
Mm-hmm.
We love music. We love music around these parts. Love the vibe to it, all this stuff. But there's a little thing when it comes to music that we both know, we both see. That's called an industry plant.
Yeah, that's everywhere.
Yeah. The industry plant is to get you ready for a new wave of certain shenanigans or fuckery or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
And that's what the Pauls are.
Mm-hmm.
Is it taking boxing in the right direction? My humble opinion, no, it's not.
Mm-hmm.
Because what it's going to do is it's going to turn more into celebrity death match than it is actual boxing.
Mm-hmm.
Actual boxers like Earl Spence, Sean Porter, Ugas, Bud, all of them, their pay-per-view buys are going to be on a steadily downcline as the celebrities start hopping in the ring for 2 or 3 rounds, maybe 8 rounds. The pay-per-view buys are going to go up for that. So boxing is going to be nothing more than just sports entertainment in just a little while.
Now, I'm going to rebut that. What I mean is, and I'm be honest, if you gave me Deadshot and was the character Will Smith played
Deadshot and Bloodsport
and Bloodsport, them 2 actors in the ring and said they was gonna box, I'm watching it. But in my mind, I know this is just entertainment. The point that I was saying is the power that he displayed and showed, boxers should have the same. And the only reason that man has that power because he opens his mouth. Floyd Mayweather may put that fight together, but the stuff that boy did for them fighters, he gave $1 million to even out everybody's purse, so it'll be the biggest purse they ever made. Amanda Nunes was the co-main event because he told Showtime if she wasn't, because he really liked her as a fighter, he wasn't gonna fight. Now, Clarissa Shields, boxer, the GOAT. Now, after seeing what he did for a boxer, why ain't no pro box? All the pro boxers say, oh, she the truth, right? Even AJ. Ain't nobody put her on a card. Why don't they have the same power as my question when I know they can have the same power? But are they willing to invoke it by opening their mouths?
Well, I see where you're going. I see exactly where you're going. And all I got to say is they're not. Because that's going to put more hands in the pot. More hands in the cookie jar. Motherfuckers selfish.
Well, the money that boy made, he got the majority of the door, and he made enough money to give $1 million.
Yeah. Is anybody else going to be willing to do that?
That's what, no. He did that because he wanted to. My point
Yes.
is, I'm not saying they have to do it. What I'm saying is that they could generate that type of money as well if they open their mouths and sell their fights.
Well, he's his own promoter.
No, Jake Paul is not his own promoter.
You don't get what I'm saying. He promotes himself like he.
Oh yeah. But so is Terrence and so is everybody else. All they do is open their mouth. Just think this. Just think like this. Shine's on the Shine Porter podcast. Shout out to Shine. Hopefully get y'all on the show one day. And that guy, that one of the guys that's usually on there be like, man, we know you finna fight Terrence. Now this is a week before the fight. Man, we know you finna fight Terrence. Man, fuck Terrence, man. I don't want to talk about Terrence until I see his punk ass in the ring. You hear me? And if you want to talk about him, get up off my show. You know how people gonna be like, oh my God. What? Shine didn't win. What? Somebody got up under Shine's skin. That's gonna make people want to tune in because that right there gonna make you feel like you may see a different Shine. Like his confidence must be at all time high. See what I'm saying? And the reason I'm saying what I'm saying isn't nothing new because this is what they used to do back in the day.
Yeah, I know that, but the counter to that would be, for us today's boxers, will be the Charlos.
No, they don't talk crap. They contradict. Now, I like you, Charlos. Where y'all think, oh, you a hater? I ain't no hater. I'm your friend. They say, Milker Bado Castano. What you talking about? You know who I am. But I will say, if he come in there and train good and be on his end game, it might be a good. It might be a hard fight.
A good fight. Yeah, see,
but that's not selling though. That's contradicting yourself. You can't go out. I don't care about no Castano. Don't come to me like that. But if I'm not saying like, no, stick with just, man, I don't care about no Brian Castano. I'm going to wear him out and leave it as that. Don't come back with no rebuttal to your own, what you just said.
I just don't know what the heck is going to happen. I'm just going to be with you.
But that's my thing. Like, so the pool is there. And now I'm starting to agree more with Bob when he said that he needs to talk more. Terrence should be a way bigger star. Because let's be honest, and you're going to like this. Earl by far is kind of an accidental star because nobody's opening their mouth.
An accidental star?
Yeah, accidental. Like he got the belts, did what he was supposed to do, but for selling himself,
he's pretty average, huh?
Nobody said he ain't average. The boy not average. His skills is there. I'm just saying.
I'm saying, as far as selling himself, he's pretty average.
Yeah. He's not. And so is Terrence and Sean and all of them. Like, you know what I'm saying. And like the only person that really is trying to sell themselves and about to walk himself into a fight is Raleigh.
Rolly. He's a. So you're saying that they need to be trolls?
No, there's a difference between a troll because he a troll, but he'll say at the end of the day, what he say? I'll whoop Devin. Boop. I know I can whoop his. Boop. You really think he can whoop me? Boop. He's turning that. Now he do goofball, but he usually end up where he telling you what he gonna do to him, don't he?
But every troll does that.
Every troll just troll. I think Riley really think he could beat him. You think Riley a money fighter, or do you think Riley a person that the skills ain't all that, but he really thinks that he's the shit? I think Riley really think he.
I think he's a money fighter. I think he's a money fighter.
I don't think he's. I think that he believes that he's actually great. Like his mind is surpassing his skills.
And if that was the case,
then his ego, so his ego is surpassing skills. But he really believes that if he gets in that ring and get that shot, he's gonna win.
Then why isn't he getting in the ring?
You ain't seen the news that WO might be ordering him and old boy to fight.
What news?
WO talking about ordering him and I think it was Devin to fight.
Oh,
right. See, he talking himself into what?
Talking himself. No, he didn't talk himself into that fight. There's a difference in talking to yourself into a fight and having a fight happen because it's mandated.
No, it ain't mandated because it's mandated because they need somebody to fight, but they picked Raleigh. They could have made JoJo fight him. That's his mandatory.
He has more
So
than
that's
one
walking your way.
mandatory.
He has two, him and Ryan. But the thing is, they didn't pick neither one of them. They picked Raleigh.
They didn't pick Ryan because, God bless him, he has some things he's dealing with.
Yeah, Keith Thurman too. He sells it.
And JoJo has that belt. So he ain't got to do it if he don't want to at all anyway.
Yeah, he do.
He got the franchise belt. He don't have to fight nobody.
When did JoJo?
That's the belt that he has.
When did JoJo get a franchise belt though?
He has the. Let's pull up.
Teofimo has a franchise belt. Yeah. So what belt is? That's what I'm saying. Teofimo has a franchise belt, and then because Devin has the regular belt.
So what belt does?
Right. I need to know that. But at the end of the day, they could have made one of his Mandos fight him. They chose Raleigh. You know why? Raleigh making the buzz. The WO wants still wants an exciting fight. You get what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
Just like this right here, Crawford Porter. That's his mandatory. So they forced that. You know what I mean?
Oh, heck, JoJo ain't fighting nobody.
JoJo waiting on Ryan.
JoJo suspended.
When did he get suspended? Today? Because JoJo was waiting on Ryan.
Suspended by the California State Athletic Commission until January 5th, 2022.
What did he do?
I don't know. It just popped up on BoxRec.
Wow, he did something because he was hoping. I was just watching a video where he was hoping to fight Ryan in December. So he was saying that's why he don't want to fight Devin. I want to fight Ryan.
Mm.
And then like Devin Haney had a point. He was like, it's mighty funny. Both of my mandatories don't want to fight me, but they want to fight each other. And ain't nobody seeing that though.
They trying to cut him out.
Right. So like, you know what I'm saying? But neither of those, but Raleigh's selling himself though. No matter how he troll, whatever. And he ain't been doing it. Now he trying to get out there. That's he like, give me fights to be consistent. Give me fights so I can show you what I made of. And I really think that boy think he the truth despite what we think. But he's on watch. Raleigh's gonna land in the position, and he got us talking about him, and that's the key to the game. Get your name out there.
Look, I just don't see it with Rolly. I used to be a fan of Rolly. I used to think, dang, that young man can talk that talk. He can talk it. Until I seen him in the ring. I'm like, oh, Lord, you talk too much. You talk too much. Stop talking. You need to chill. You need to chill before somebody actually makes your eyebrows disconnect.
You wrong, boy. You wrong. He gonna troll you next.
He can troll me. He can see me. Tell Rolly to see me.
He finna dang, I can't spell his name, man. I'm trying to find it.
Who, JoJo?
No, the video. What the WBO or the WO rolls over. Yeah. Whatever. I'll find it. But anyway, man, at the end of the day, I feel like that the Jake Paul and them, they are changing the game. And if they're smart, if these boxers are smart enough, I feel like they should take a page out of their book. Because the part that they cannot deny is that they sold out their arena and they killed Pacquiao's pay-per-view numbers. And they were legit boxers. So we can sit there and say it was rigged. We can sit there and say they're fake boxers. We can sit there and say all this stuff. He still filled the seats. He still made more money than most of these boxers, able enough to pay the real boxers that was on the undercard and walk away with millions by his mouth selling the fight, him and Tyron Woodley. So something has to happen, bro. if they was all to open their mouth, and I ain't say everybody gotta be like real brash and cursing each other out like they all act ignorant like them guys do, but at least open your mouth and tell the fans out of your mouth what you want to do.
Let's be honest. Let's be honest for a second.
Mm.
Most of these fans, these so-called fans, aren't boxing fans at all. Let's be real about that. About 90% of them, that's me being on the low side, are not even boxing fans.
Who?
For the Jake Paul, Tyrone Woodley.
No, they was UFC and fans of Jake Paul.
Yeah.
Right. But the point is he has fans.
But fans of his from YouTube, his YouTube life.
YouTube and everything.
So if he's not going to be in there, if he wasn't going to be there, that place was going to be empty.
Okay, let's say it like this.
It's only because of his name. And it's only because of his other platform.
So
it's not because of boxing.
Okay. So do we downplay Ryan Garcia because he's an Instagram star?
But Ryan's fighting actual boxers. But
it's about putting people in them seats. So do we downplay that and say that it's a bunch of girls who think Ryan is cute, and that's why they follow him on there, and them the ones that's buying the tickets? But they really don't care about the boxing side.
Boxers.
Right, that's two different things. Though I'm saying though, you saying because he's on YouTube, we can't say everybody that watches him on YouTube don't like boxing. Right? That's not fair. That's not a fair assessment. That's why I said. So, do we say the same thing about Ryan Garcia? But not. But the
same thing about Ryan Garcia because it's two totally different situations. One went from trolling to fighting. One was actually showcasing skills. Somebody was actually putting in time on the bags. You could see him on the bags. You could see that. You could see him getting ready, preparing his body to step into the ring. The other one is just rolling around, snatching hats, drinking, jumping off of stupid stuff, doing stupid shit. That's what he's doing, and then hopping in the ring. He has his almost forget it. I'm feeling that way today. The IQ base of his fans are about a 65, about room temperature.
Oh man.
The IQ of the people who actually followed Ryan and waited for his success have an IQ of a hot summer day, my brother. A hot summer day. Probably a hot summer night. So you can't even compare the two. A bunch of dumbasses and a bunch of people who actually want to see somebody succeed.
But I'm saying though, for said ticket sales, I can compare. One sold itself and one didn't.
You comparing Ryan Garcia's sales to Jake Paul's?
Yeah, because think about it. He's fighting 9 boxers. He's filling seats, and he's being great at what he does. He's
selling seats because people see it as a goddamn charity event.
Okay, so what would be the difference if real boxers take a page out their book and actually start speaking their mind?
All right, fine. Okay, then. With this being said, I want Deontay Wilder to fight Mike Tyson next.
And then what?
I want that fight to happen.
He's actually going to fight AJ, but we can keep going.
Oh, who's going to fight AJ next?
Mike Tyson is his next exhibition fight. He wanted to be AJ. And they're talking.
Oh, see? Exhibition.
But it's an exhibition. It's an exhibition.
Doesn't have
but
to
their exhibition. Their exhibition is going to be knockouts and stuff, though. You can get knocked out.
Yeah.
It's just not going to count. It can't count on AJ's record.
Yeah, Jake Paul's is a commemorative record. It's not an actual professional record, in my opinion. How can it be a sanctioned record if he's not fighting any sanctioned?
Well, I feel that way, but in real life, my opinion don't matter, and it's really a record. And it's sad to say it is, but nevertheless, white people are saying it's white privilege and all this. I don't see it as such.
I don't say that.
I don't see it as such. I think being white privilege would be Jake Paul coming in boxing and he gets a championship belt right away. That would be display. Like how does one do that?
Don't be surprised if that's the next thing.
But my thing is, he constantly sells himself. Right after the fight, also, he runs up to Tommy Fury, gets in his face while the cameras are there. Then you got Tyron Woodley still going back and forth. His avenues stay open. His avenue stayed open. And what we call trolling today, like trolling and taking the hat, that's trolling to me. But talking stuff about a boxer is not trolling. If like when Hagler and them didn't like each other, they talked about each other all day.
For a response. That's fishing for a response.
Well, what you supposed to do? How you supposed to get your fighter's attention? You want to box.
And look, I get what you're saying. I do. I swear I do, Slick. But
something got to change.
Terrence did that.
Who?
Terrence Crawford did that. Everything that you're saying, it will come off as fake.
No, at this moment,
it will
come off. Dodged all of these years, and then people try and revere him as the one that he should go to PBC and all that. And he was actually to open his mouth about it. I don't think that would be fake. I would think
opening his mouth and finally starting to talk shit. That would, they would look at him.
I'm not talking about just randomly talk stuff. I'm talking about the opportunity is showing itself. It's presenting itself. He could talk about, man, I know this. Okay, not Earl. I was quiet before. I was gonna let you have your Pacquiao fight. Now Pacquiao gone. But he would like say, for instance, it's not what you do, is how you do it, right? So let's say after the if he beat Sean Porter, right? After that fight, they put that microphone in his face, and he say, Earl, I was being quiet because I wanted one of us at least fight Pacquiao. That shipped and sailed. What's his excuse now? Well, that's not talk. It's a way you talk shit. Now you put the ball in his court. Ain't nobody gonna be looking at Terrence. You know what I'm saying? Only people when we talk about Terrence is Terrence haters. You see what I'm saying? That's the only people. And that would generate people like, dang. But guess what? People who didn't know who Terrence was before gonna know him. Just like the fans of Jake Paul that are not really boxing fans. We have a lot of novice fans here. But guess what? We have boxing fans that really don't box. They just want to see somebody get knocked down as well. He'll draw all that in as well.
But those fans don't even enjoy that shit. I mean, that stuff.
Yeah, they do. That's why they buy tickets. You got a bunch of boxing fans that aren't boxing fans that buy tickets to boxing matches. Plenty of them. Just because it's the hype thing going on.
That's the problem. The hype. I get, man. You know what? I guess I'm just.
Well, basketball is hype. Your football team is hype.
Hold on now. We ain't gonna go there.
Y'all got the biggest hype train out there. What's his name?
Hold on now.
What's his name?
Just because your train is derailed, don't.
Malone. Was it Malone? Maloney?
Malone.
What's his name?
Just because y'all still got Kenny Rogers up there.
Hey, man, I'm just saying, man. Y'all got a hype train too. Every team needs somebody with hype. From LeBron, hype train. Michael Jordan was the hype train for the Bulls. Kobe was a hype train. Allen Iverson was a hype train. Everybody wants the hype train. That's the point of being a superstar. You are the hype train. Mayweather was the hype train. Getting everybody. One thing I can't say about, he didn't lie when he said, and when they fought me, they got the biggest payday that they ever had. That's from being the hype train.
Well, look at the legacy that's left behind because of Floyd.
Well, no. His mouth and selling fights is two different things of picking and choosing.
No, but I'm just saying they have to go hand in hand. Okay.
No.
Okay, look at it like this. If people start taking that Jake Paul route, what he's doing or whatever, I see boxing only lasting another 5-10 years.
What? Mm-hmm. No way. It'll be more interesting. No, you got people actually.
Nobody don't want to fight actual boxers.
Okay, bruh. Check this out. For instance, Shakur Stevenson. At least he opened his mouth some of the time, and it's creating enough buzz where his name is in people's mouths. He worked his way up to that fight that he fighting Jamel Herring. He opened his mouth and said, Jamel Herring don't hit hard. I'm going to whoop his ass. No doing that, he wouldn't have got Jamil Herring right away.
I just don't see it, man.
I'm not saying we need storylines and being scripted. I'm not saying any of that. What I'm saying is we need some of the showmanship back like it used to be. I remember the days that there was a reason to watch the weigh-in. There was a reason to watch the weigh-in. There was a reason to watch the announcement of the fight because they sitting there and they got to do the stare off and all that, and somebody might push each other and all of that. There was a reason,
but those times are dead.
No, there are no. That's why I be saying if it ain't broke, don't try to fix it.
You can only get that in UFC now.
No, you cannot. These fighters need, if they want it, they need to learn to go for it. Quit putting your whole life in your promoter's hands. Okay, for instance, and I watch this. Watch this, y'all. Polo, my manager, right? We got manager Polo, all right? Polo Reno, all right? Okay. And I sit, and if I sit down, every fight at the post fight or before the fight, what do we call the thing before the fight when we talk to everybody? The presser. Right? Media day. And every time y'all see me, I'm like this. How the fuck you supposed to promote that?
I could promote that. I could promote the hell out of that. This man's a warrior. He ain't even got to say nothing. His fist, hold that hand up. Hold that fist up. He just killed you. He just killed your ancestors again.
People gonna look at like, and then when I lose, they're gonna be like, man, why Polo do that to that boy? Polo got that boy.
But I got paid.
Exactly. You got paid. Man, you get paid. I gotta spend my stuff on medical bills. I ain't got nothing. You know what I'm saying? That's what I'm saying. But if you was my promoter, you are supposed to speak in the beginning. You supposed to speak in the beginning, right? Mm-hmm. And then at the end of the day, you know, I'm still supposed to back it up, right? I gotta say something when I walk to that podium. Like, for instance, I don't like Deontay Wilder when he talk because he sound like I feel like an old spiritual hymn is finna come out the background. When he start talking, I feel like that's what's finna come up next. But he is, yeah, that's how I feel. But at least he attempt to try to sell his fight. You know what I'm saying? He's attempting to try to sell the fight. We need that, like Adrian Broner, B said, at least Mexican, African, American, they all can get it. I need that. Okay, for instance, how many times, nigga, you knew Adrian Broner was gonna lose? You knew he was gonna lose, but because he talked that shit, you was still like, hey, the Adrian Broner fight, come on. You still watched it. Don't give me stopping, Polo. Stupid. Polo, let me tell you, this for the show. Polo got a Broner pillow at home.
I can't stand that
dude. He got a Broner pillow that stand up in the it stand up in the corner. It's a Broner pillow. And every time you punch him, he say, you know I beat that boy.
I can't stand Adrian, bro. I had to comb my beard on that one. I can't even stand
you know I beat that boy, as we'll say every time you punch him.
I can't stand. Oh my! I just want to
but you may have been one of the only few, but that showmanship still made people tune in to his fight, especially the last one. We know he lost. We know he lost that last one, but they gave it to him. But it still made people watch. Showmanship is part of the game, sir.
I was forced to watch that fight. I didn't want to watch that fight. I just watched the fight because I have an obligation. But other than that, I did not want to see that mess.
I'm saying showmanship is part of the game. Yeah. And you don't have to be all extravagant. But like I said, all it would take for Sean Porter to sell this fight on his podcast. It's not even on syndicate television. He can do on his podcast. It will go viral. Sean said, fuck Terrence.
Okay. I put it like this. Showmanship. You want showmanship. arguably one of the greatest running backs to ever live.
Mhm.
Barry Sanders.
He is the best ever lived.
Was he a showman?
Yeah,
How?
his skill.
Skill. No touchdown celebration, hand the ball to the referee. His skill did the talking.
Right, but his skill was different though. He didn't run like every other running back and just had the most touchdowns. He was different. You can't say he wasn't.
No, he was a mixture of Walter and God on turf. That's what he was. I get that. Emmett
So when
Smith.
you got that, you don't got to say shit.
So why does Bud?
Because Bud, he fights with these bigger upper echelon, he needs to force them in the corner.
So eventually, if he's their man, so like, okay, right now, what's going on with him? He's being forced to fight. Forced to fight.
No, he was already gonna fight, dude. Really, it's Sean that's being forced to fight.
His Sean is being forced to fight. Okay.
Right.
Isn't there a situation where Earl can be forced to fight him?
Yeah, but that's the thing. It shouldn't come that because you really can't create no hype behind that. Now, me see this, I wanted to see this. You get what I'm saying? But for the most, this fight needs some hype behind it, bro. That's why it was going to purse bid. Al and Bob really didn't see nothing coming from this fight. I think that extension came from because somebody else has added their name to that hat that they like, oh no, he ain't finna. You know what I'm saying? Maybe there's some validity behind this, but I still think. Okay, let me say this. Both of these guys. Let's talk Terrence Earl. Earl is the greatest fighter on the fucking planet, by the way. Look, I did that for that. I'm sorry, y'all. I did that.
No.
I knew he was gonna react to that, y'all. My bad. But I didn't mean to say the F-bomb neither. But I knew he was gonna get him. He was like, hold on, did he just all right. Let's talk Terrence and Earl for real talk. All right. Non-average Earl. He's not average. All right. But they got star power, right? They just not useless. It's in their pocket. You know how fairies keep that little angel dust in their pocket? Not angel, that's a drug. Fairy dust in their pocket, right? Look, he looking like, what are you talking about? Right? And they use it when they want to. That's how these guys got it. It's in their pocket. Yeah. They got, look, think about it. Earl got Jerry's World.
Mm-hmm.
Earl could be at a football game showing his face. All that stuff. Campaign, have a fight there. All of that stuff, right?
Sean,
why not utilize that?
LA. Sean can have LA.
Okay, Sean can have LA, but dude, Terrence, he got the biggest, he got ESPN behind him.
Monday
why he now on sports shows? Oh, that's what I'm saying. They got ways to sell themselves. Why isn't this being brung into, you understand what I'm saying? Like there's ways. Do Green Bay play the, yeah, when Green Bay played Cowboys.
Hell, even LeBron is there.
Why Terrence ain't there with Earl?
Mm. You make a
So
point.
that little stuff, you know, they'll put the camera. Oh, they gonna, you know what I'm saying, amp that stuff up. They really got to run their mouth. All they gotta do is show up.
He ain't even got to leave home. He can just come to the Kansas City versus Green Bay game.
That's what I'm saying. All that. There's ways to market yourself.
The problem
all over
is,
things.
like in all sports, most of these guys are friends.
Well, I will tell you this. Being a friend don't pay the bills.
No, it doesn't.
Hey, me and Polo get a purse bill for 10 million. I'm gonna slap the shit out of Polo.
I'm gonna spit on his kids. And
if Polo get mad at me for slapping him, I'm just gonna beat his ass even more because he should want me to knock the shit out of him so we can get that goddamn money. Because if it was me, he didn't hit me. If he didn't hit me, I'm gonna curse his ass out like, well, if you don't ball your fists up and knock the shit out of me for this damn, you done lost your goddamn on mine.
You know what? Sweet Jesus Christ.
I had to deal with Polo being turned to Russian Polo on me. I'll break you. Like, what are you? You need a finger? What you want? You know what I'm saying? Like, there's no way.
Look, You're right. You are right. You know what sells fights? Theatrics.
Right. Yeah. Well, not, if you really don't like someone, but that's always been there though. Hold on, let's make clear. What you're saying has always been theatrics, right? We call fighters that be like, I don't like him. They don't be yelling at, but like, yeah, I don't see him beating me. He ain't nothing. He weak. Yeah, he got nice right, but that's nothing. Right after the fight over with, what they do?
Out to dinner.
They go hug each other. He go tell them either, or he go tell them like, all this stuff I was talking was bull crap. Good fight. You know what I'm saying? They all do it. They all do that part. But for the bigger fighters, you expect a little more out of them because they supposed to be the upper echelon. You get what I'm saying? You know what? It was just like this. B said, fight on Free Fox for 3 years. Help Spence raise his profile. That's why exactly. If they would showcase, or if they had showcased Terrence the same way, it will be the same. But that's utilizing your power. He's on PBC. He didn't have to be on them fights. He didn't have to be on regular TV.
Part of that is who's in charge too.
Right, but I'm saying they came to him about it. Hey, we want to put your fight on, blah, 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 blah.
Wasn't Earl with Bob before?
I don't think so. I think he was supposed. I think he won. Everybody thought he was with Mayweather Promotions at first, and then came out. It would end up being PBC, if I'm correct. But you understand what I'm saying? There's other ways they could be utilizing all of this. See, social media, all of that. Use it. Why I haven't seen the Terrence video saying I'm coming for you, Sean? You better get ready on his Instagram. Why I ain't seen that? Why I ain't seen it?
Because he's like Barry Sanders.
You know, I'm coming for you.
Because he's like Barry. His skills are his talk. But it's hard.
But he's being drowned out. He's being drowned out by a conglomerate. It's 4 against 1, all on one side, and it's just little old him over here. He got to open his mouth. And then the birth of the superstar gonna have, you know why? Because if he open his mouth and he actually whoops Earl, or he open his mouth, whoop Shine, open his mouth and whoop Earl, the world gonna be like, uh-oh, this dude talking and backing it up. This dude really was the truth.
And he's not gonna get another fight.
Why ain't gonna get another fight? Because he constantly putting people in the corner. That's like saying people, because at that point he's getting people paid. Your pay go up. You think people just didn't fight Mayweather? Yeah. That payday make you take that fight. That payday, you ain't never made $3 million in your life. You gonna take that $3 million. You've been making $800,000 for the longest, and then Mayweather said, "Hey, I want to fight you in 6 months. This is a contract. I am gonna make $20 million, but I'm gonna give you $5 million. You still gonna take the $5 million. You ain't never seen $5 million one time in your life.
See,
and your stock still go up because you fought Mayweather.
Man, I don't know. It's just it's easy to defend him, but then it's hard to defend him at the same time. It's just he's one of those anomalies, man. It's like you want him to do well, you want him to succeed, but then you have all these glaring issues with him. He's like that female you're not sure about. I'm talking about Bud. He's like that female, like, dang, I really like her. I wouldn't even mind marrying her. But she don't even bathe every other day.
Right.
I mean, she cooks. She's a phenomenal fucking cook. But she can't wash dishes for shit.
Right.
You know, damn.
Right. It's always something when you find something good. It's a negative too.
Yeah.
And I could agree with that too. That's why I feel like if this fight would have been a fight for both of them to really sell.
And Sean is like that girl who's always trying to impress you. Go so hard. You do it, but you kind of
That's Polo Shine. I ain't really Shine. I like you, Shine.
I like you too. It's just this is the only way I can explain it. You kind of clingy in the ring.
Case in point. Good point, B. Because he didn't sell himself. Didn't open his mouth.
Neither did Bo Jackson for real. Everybody else did that for Bo.
Bo did. Bo knows. You know the commercial.
Everybody else did that for Bo.
Bo talked to one of them commercials saying Bo knows.
He just said, "Yeah, I do." That's all he said.
Yeah, but he had interviews and stuff. He opened his mouth.
Bo didn't open his mouth until later on.
Okay, but and plus he crossed over 2 sports.
Yeah. Okay, fine. Okay, good. But
I'm saying though,
Bo didn't talk.
Boy, come on.
The only
man.
one I can say who did the most talking was Emmitt Smith.
Yeah, Emmitt Smith couldn't wait to get in front of cameras though.
Yeah.
He was very talkative. Now, if you compare it with him talking, yeah, I guess Bo Jackson didn't talk for real.
Hey, you just want everybody to be like Deion. Mr.
Now, Deion, now that one, now he definitely could wait. You know what I'm saying? But like, no, on everything, man, I feel like Jake Paul, Logan Paul are changing the game as we see it. Will it be for the worse? Time will tell. But it will only be for our boxers to be able to captivate the hearts of real boxing fans and bring it back up. And I feel like going back old school, talking stuff and letting it be known, hey, I don't like you. This is why heavyweights are still regarded as still one of the most famous things, because what does Tyson Fury do?
He talks.
Where is he talking now? Social media, Twitter, every social media outlet, he on there talking crap. He is. You know, Deontay, what are he doing? Showing he could lift 350 pounds, saying I can handle you. Gonna be 300. I can lift 350. Yeah, he actually lifted 350.
I seen him lift it, but that
so I'm just saying. What I'm saying is, though,
I know what you're saying.
Right. So all the other boxers right now, the middleweight and welterweight, they need to open their mouth, bro. You know what I'm saying? And I'm gonna be real with you. Them the people we want to see. Those are where the fantasy fights are. Right?
They are. It's just
straight up. I want to see a little push when they taking at the weigh-in. They got to stand there, and you know how they be throwing number one. I want to see you, man. You ain't nothing. Put your arm down. I want to see that.
I want to see somebody.
Show me his competition.
I want to see somebody turn their back on him. Like,
man, not no shaking hands in between rounds. Or I don't want to feel like y'all finna be hugging in between rounds and stuff. No, I want to feel like, oh, this is going to be about. And that's part of the hype to sell pay-per-views. If you feel that way, you will buy that pay-per-view.
Look, y'all, I can tell you, right? If it was a 12-round championship bout between me and Slick, after each round, I'm in his face.
It's a
in his face. I ain't even going to be saying that. I'll be like, hey, what you doing for dinner later on? But
right.
we in each other's face, giving the illusion that it's real funk there. And I'll be like, hey, which way is my corner? Push me to the way of my corner. He pushed me. And
I'll be telling that fight, man. Be on there. All right, no. One day I'm gonna give y'all a heads up now. One day we're gonna be on here and I'm gonna kick that shit off. Polo, fuck you. Like, y'all gonna be like, what? And then he gonna go off, and then he gonna storm off. I ain't gotta be on here no more.
Probably be like,
and it's just gonna go. You know what I'm saying? It's just gonna go. Excuse my cursing too, by the way, y'all. But hey, I'm just saying that's how it will go. But we gonna sell it. Because at the end of the day, you could talk that stuff, but when you get in the ring, the one thing that's not fake is hitting for real.
You gotta back it up.
That's the difference. That's the difference. Right? Jake can talk all that stuff and all that, but I really feel like they told that man not to hurt Jake like that. Because there was times where he paused in front of him. He could have rushed him. Jake Paul didn't have enough. They didn't count that knockdown as a knockdown, and it was a knockdown. So I'm saying, nevertheless, in real boxing, you talk all the mess you want, but when that ring, guess what? Them hits real.
Hits real.
But you gotta be able to sell the fight, and I think that's why you got a Bob and them. They love the heavyweights because they run their mouth. Chisora, all of them. Name one. It's not one that don't talk. Even little Andy, his little voice, he talks smack on the slide. He throws shade.
I love Andy. I love Andy. That's my favorite heavyweight right now, Andy.
Man, Willie not getting no tag. He trying to force a rematch by shade, and not a real. He just want another chick.
Damn.
But yeah, but y'all get what I'm saying though. That's what I'm saying. So I feel like I can't say they're changing the game for the better, but what I can say, they're giving a subtle reminder of something of a lost art in boxing that used to be there.
In that
That's
regard,
what I can say.
Okay, in that regard, I can appreciate it. Okay.
So I'm hoping they see that because it's like a lesson. You telling me a troll, a YouTuber, filled the whole stadium and beat out Pacquiao? It's got to be something there to that.
That's
right?
More about.
That's crazy.
I'm not even gonna disagree with you on that. You're right.
Right? That's crazy. I wouldn't care if one of them said, I'll fight you. Hey, start going on Jake Paul. I wouldn't care. Well, at least you
are going in on that motherfucker.
You know, as long as you opening your mouth and trying to get that, you know what I'm saying? Trying to get that dollar.
Yeah.
That's what I'm trying to get. But in other news too, man, I want to stay right there because we got 5 minutes left in the thing. We appreciate everybody who came through. But this dude Sanders is coming back. Yep. He wants to fight Chris Eubank Jr. for $5 million. Boy, if you don't go on somewhere. Yep, he demanded $5 million to fight Eubank Jr., Chris Eubank Jr., you know, the son of the legend. And I don't think he's worth that now. And now I know that he's damaged goods. $5 million. I'm glad that he's not giving up on fighting, but come on, bro.
Oh, bro.
Will I watch it? Yeah, I'll watch it. I definitely will watch it because I want Chris Eubank should have been a star by now. Like a star. You know, he needs to cross over.
He better than his daddy.
His daddy was good, man. His daddy had some wars, man.
His daddy, he was better than his daddy.
You know what I'm saying? So he needs to get out here. You know what I'm saying?
Hey man, what do you think about that 55-45 split between Joshua and Usyk?
55-45?
Uh-huh.
I think that's accurate.
You think that's accurate?
Yeah, I think it's accurate, man, because that's a slim chance that's just saying you got a slim chance that AJ may win. And that's a very small margin. Very, very small margin.
Very small margin, man.
Well, I agree with that because he's dealing with a slick boxer. You know what I'm saying? AJ, and I just watched a video not too long ago where AJ has slimmed down. He's respecting Usyk to the most ability that this dude done lost weight. So we finna see a skinny AJ like he did when he came in the second fight against Ruiz. He said he was like, I'm not finna be out there with my muscles all buff and stuff and weighing me down and making me tired. That's what he said. Yes.
Oh, this is gonna be a good one.
So he's getting all that fat off.
Good one.
He's getting all that fat off, and he's coming in like how he was for AJ.
Oh, I gotta see this. This is gonna be a good one. He's
respecting, but I told you he already respected Usyk. He said that's how he beat Ruiz because he was watching Usyk and he adapted that type of style and he lost weight and that's when he was trying to move on his feet more. You get what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. So he's gonna try to do the same thing to Usyk. He just better not try to mimic his style because what's gonna happen is he gonna know what you're doing before you do it.
That is true. Now that's true. But this is gonna be
people sleeping on this fight, bro. Don't y'all sleep on Usyk versus AJ. That people shaming it because, like I say, we are the non-biased channel. We like UK boxing as well as American boxing, bro. But people tend to defecate on UK boxing, and it's a lot of great boxers over there, bro. Like we just said, Chris Eubank Jr. and things like that. You know what I'm saying? That you need to get to see, whatnot. I'm tired of us only seeing the big UK stars when they're basically on their way out. Because once he beat Klitschko, I was like, AJ probably only gonna fight like 6 more times.
Exactly.
We didn't get to see the up and rising climb of AJ, like how we saw Deontay. You get what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. We didn't see. People learned about AJ when he beat Klitschko.
Which is
That's when we found out about AJ. I wanted to see him come up, so that's why I pay for the zone, because I get to see all them fights over there and things like that. You feel me?
This is gonna be so amazing. I'm happy for this. I'm so hyped for this fight, Slick. I'm
Yep.
so hyped for this fight. I'm actually more hyped for this fight than I am for Bud versus Porter.
I'm happy for. I wanted to, but at Dillian White fighting again as well on October 30th.
Yeah,
They don't know who his guy gonna be, who he fighting though.
but it doesn't matter.
Khalid Plant talking more. See, another talker. I like that he talk, but I wish I could see it come out of his mouth instead of reading. He says it to the press. I'll be Canelo twice if he want a rematch. That's what I'm talking about. Confidence. Show it.
I like that. I do like that, but I just gotta see it. I gotta see it. I gotta see it.
Oh yeah, don't y'all forget Josh Taylor fighting Jack Cantrell.
Josh Taylor's fighting.
That is December 18th. That's what I thought. Yeah, undisputed lightweight champion Josh Taylor had his fight with WBO mandatory Jack Cantrell announced on Wednesday for December 18th. That's what I thought. He does fight in December. So he's fighting in December. Now you starting to see a lot of people lean more towards Plant now. You notice that, right? Now people talking about Canelo lack of mobility is what's gonna hurt Canelo. But we've been saying it over here, saying that Plant gonna have to dance around that man. We've been saying that. That's gonna be Khalid Plant's greatest asset is his feet. Fighting that man, he's gonna have to keep moving. We've been saying that.
We've been saying that since the fight was announced the first time. Like Canelo.
Now, this is the joke of the day. Team Oscar Valdez said herbal tea is the reason that is the blame for testing positive. Oh boy, they just get funnier and funnier when they get caught, don't they? When they get caught with their PEDs, it just gets funnier and funnier. Like, what? Man, if you go somewhere now, herbal tea. Talking about have fettermine in it.
What kind of tea?
Herbal tea got fettermine in it. What herbal tea was you drinking?
Last time I checked, they don't have that in there.
Bruh.
I know that ballerina tea, the diuretic tea, I know that has some stuff in it, but not that.
Now, here goes some news I didn't know that I was reading on today. You know, Idris Laura, he vacated his 154, but I didn't know he had a 160-pound title.
Yes, he does. I seen that today also.
I didn't know he had a 160-pound title. I just thought he had a 154.
Oh, and also
that's crazy.
What else is going on? Brian Castano is actually has a mandatory fight against Tim Suziu. I can't say his name. TSZYU.
Oh no, I gotta see it.
I don't know who he is, but I know that Brian Castano has a mandatory bout.
Wait. What's spelled that last name again?
TSZYU.
Kastazu. That's Kastazu's son. Wait a minute, what? You gotta send me that. That's who Kastazu's son about to fight.
Yeah.
Snap.
Yeah. It was just announced 5 days ago.
Snap.
5 days ago.
Bro,
WBO officially mandates Tim Tszyu for Brian Castano's world title.
Hey.
Good fight.
Yep. I can't wait to see it. When they say they squaring off? Oh, they're setting it up?
They're setting it up. Yeah. So I find it crazy that Brian Castano is going to fight before Charlo.
What'd you say? And I had the name wrong. It was Javante Davis. Might be fighting Rolly.
I find it crazy that Brian Castano's gonna be fighting before Charlo is fighting.
Because he want to get out the way.
Oh boy.
Oh yeah, Conor Ben fight this Saturday, don't he?
Yes, he does. Yes,
Hey, I'm watching that. He fought Adrian Granados. That should be a fight. You know what I'm saying? Straight
that's
up.
gonna be a war.
I gotta see that. You know what I'm saying? So
Other than
this
that,
is a fact. Yeah, that was a bunch of random news to throw out there for y'all at the end. Thought it'd be fun. Little storylines y'all can go read up on. You know what I'm saying?
and football season officially kicks off next week.
Yep. We may have a little segment for that.
Oh, it's about to get spicy, y'all.
Oh, and Mikey Garcia not fighting on October 18th no more. He was fighting on the zone, but he's not fighting on there no more. So they don't know what's going on with that yet.
Really?
Yeah.
It's a bunch of. Told you, this boxing game is weird. Things you think
They
are
go
going
up and down. Right. That's what I said. You could get a confirmation on one thing, and the very next day they'll switch it up on you. That's how I go. But
contract to be completely signed and everything, and then all of a sudden, I don't like the way that was negotiated. I'm out.
Yep.
This game called boxing is just crazy, y'all. But
That's a sport we love to hate.
The show is over.
Yep, man. We gotta go, y'all. We gotta go. But we gave a bonus. 6 bonus minutes, man. We love y'all. 6 bonus. Let me quit talking.
Next time I'm gonna charge you.
But and he's gonna charge overtime.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, just to recap, I really do believe that Jake Paul and them, real spit, is changing the game. And the thing is, as their side elevates, because it's evolution. So if they're going to elevate, or the boxers going to stay down the bottom and complain,
yep,
or they're going to move with the times.
They're gonna
you know what I'm saying? So that's it, man. We got anything, Polo?
Yeah, actually, everybody, men, does your name hold weight? Does your name hold weight? I'm not talking about in the streets. I'm talking about in your house. When your kids go out, everything like that. When they look at your kids or your wife, are they an exact representation of you and your character? And if the answer is yes, what is your character? If your wife out here looking like a rat or a possum, that's a reflection on you. If your kids is out here looking like little baby's kids and acting like that, that's a reflection on you. Get your house in order. I always say, ain't no point in cutting the grass when the living room is dirty. Get your stuff in order, black man. Hell, white man too. Hell, Latino man. All us men, we need to get our stuff together. Take back our homes, take back our livelihoods, and make families great again. Other than that, we out.
Politician Polo, ladies and gentlemen.
Polo,
we out of here, y'all. Until next time, next Wednesday. Hey, keep supporting the news that's going on. You know, we drop videos. Oh, support the amateur boxing I got going up. Make sure y'all subscribe in the Red Corner Boxing. He go live on
Mondays, Tuesdays, Thursdays, Fridays.
Between like 8 Central, 9 Central, somewhere around there. But you always make sure y'all depend on the judges table every Wednesday, 9 o'clock Central. You're going to see your boy Slick 50 and Polo J over here, all right? Until then, like I said, we up out of here. Y'all be easy. Deuces.